is not a conjecture but a fact that Professor Dr. Kurian CMI completes 25 years of glorious service at Dharmaram College, Bangalore, especially at Dharmaram Vidyakshetram. He was appointed in Dharmaram on June 1st, 1987. This June 1st, 2012, he completes 25 years of his service in Dharmaram College. It is indeed a happy confluence that presence of Dharmaram Bhopal family joined to thank the Lord for walking all the way in the life of Father Kurian. It is also a happy coincidence that the CMI St. Paul Province, Bhopal, has honored Father Kurian CMI with the title Malpan of the province for the long 25 years of teaching the seminarians, religious, and the students of different disciplines. Born on July 6, 1955, he entered the CMI congregation and was ordained a priest on 6th May 1986. From 1987 onwards, Dr. Kurian CMI is a professor of philosophy at Dharmaram Vidyakshetram, Bangalore, India. Along with his efficient academic pursuit and long 25 years of committed service as a professor of philosophy, Professor Dr. Kurian CMI is best known for his excellent research and philosophical publications in the area of philosophy. Father Kurian is a professor of philosophy and religion, a Kharmite philosopher, a psychologist, and a famous author. Father Kurian has published several scientific articles in national and international journals. Today, as we thank the Lord for the great gift of Father Kurian we also recall his contributions to the making of Dharmaram and a Board of Wisdom. It is a fitting chance to congratulate Father Kurian for his love towards Dharmaram and all the seminarians, and the accompaniment of his students is really praiseworthy. He is a gift of God to us. We have in him a loving and student-friendly teacher, an ardent seeker, an erudite scholar, an excellent event manager, prolific writer, a good sportsman, and true son of the Catholic Church. We are also happy to have an ever-encouraging, ever-inspiring, and supporting tutor in the person of Father Kurian. We, the Dharmaram Bhopal fraternity, wish and pray that his sabbatical year may turn out to be a time of energizing, enhancing, updating, and relaxing.
I remember Father Kurian from 1987. What I appreciate in him is his academic rigor and academic seriousness. When he was a student, later as a professor, what he imparts in others is always that academic innovation. His collaboration to Christ University for the last so many years is an asset for Christ University. What he gives in this university is the same academic innovations. He connects with the teachers and the students. He teaches PhD program in Christ University, and all the students love his class because he is extremely serious and extremely innovative. Serious because he updates his teaching methodology, his thinking, and he is a wonderful person to associate, and personally he is a friend of me because he inspires many of us through his academic vision. This point of time, when he celebrates his presence as a jubilee year in Dharmaram College, we wish him all the best. He is going for sabbatical, but sabbatical is to help him to innovate further, to make a new learning curve. All the best for Father Kurian, and all the best for these brothers who are making this production as wonderful. Thank you very much.
I'm so glad that Father Kurian completes his 25 years of presence here on the campus, both as a student and as a teacher. The contributions of Father Kurian, especially in the Faculty of Philosophy, are excellent, as he is known as the excellent teacher here in the Faculty of Philosophy and the entire Athenaeum. I wish all the best to Father Kurian as he takes a short break for his sabbatical, and I am sure that as he continues with the sabbatical, he would become all more productive bringing out a number of publications and more academic rigor onto the campus. Wish God's blessings and all the best. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Professor Krishnasamy from the Department of Languages. I was the former Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences. My association with Father Kurian Kachapalli was at different levels. When I was the Dean, philosophy department was started in Christ University, and as the HOD of the Department of Philosophy, I had to interact with Father Kurian. I found Father Kurian to be a hardcore intellectual, a very leading academic and an institutional man. To organize the Board of Studies meeting, I used to interact with Father Kurian. I found him to be very friendly, businesslike, and then a person who will achieve his targets with the minimum casualties. I was also the coordinator for the Center for Publications. In that capacity, when there was a move from the Department of Philosophy to start a journal exclusively for philosophy, we have thought of different names for that journal. Though Father Kurian had so many names in his mind, finally he accepted my suggestion that it should be named as Tattva Journal of Philosophy. I must admit that this journal was run completely in the professional lines, in the sense maintaining the periodicity, the date on which the issue is brought out, and then the content part of it. It is the only journal of all the journals brought out from the Center for Publications at that point of time to have international standards. All the contributors were from leading universities, both academic and theological, and with a very short span of time, this journal enjoyed a very high respect among the scholars and intellectuals. I was also drawn into the field of philosophy by Father Kurian by inviting me in my personal capacity, also in my capacity as the Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences, to the meetings of Bangalore Association of Philosophers. I remember one program that happened in St. Peter's Seminary in Malleshwaram, I think last year, where I had the opportunity to listen to a series of lectures. Frankly speaking, philosophy is not my cup of tea, and I never used to like philosophy, but after listening to those lectures during that program of Bangalore Association of Philosophers, I started having a liking for philosophy. Father Kurian is very unassuming, considering his background, his status as an academic, as a priest and as an administrator. He is very, very down to earth, and he can make anybody feel at home. One interesting incident, for the Board of Studies of Philosophy, we had to include a nominee from Bangalore University. We had absolutely no idea about the faculty members in philosophy. But yet we managed to get one professor from Bangalore University. That professor was a bit uncomfortable seeing the ambience of Christ University, maybe for some other reasons also, when Father Kurian spoke to him for some time and then asking questions in different branches of philosophy and all that. Quickly Father Kurian identified, noticed the uncomfortable behavior of this man, and then he has tried all means to make him feel at home, and after some time that man made himself comfortable, and he really enjoyed Father Kurian's company. So another way I identify with Father Kurian is that he is of my age. So suddenly I used to think if I had not entered into family life, if I had remained as if I had chosen some other life, maybe the life of a priest, maybe I would have achieved the same status as Father Kurian is. It is also very interesting to note that Father Kurian had spent about 25 years in the Dharmaram School of Dharmaram Vidyakshetram, Dharmaram College. As a part of Christ University, I am very happy and pleased to say that his involvement with Christ University has benefited. Christ University has benefited with this involvement immensely, because in the Department of Philosophy and Theology at a later point, all these give a very high status to match with the School of Divinity in universities like Harvard University. In fact, I suggested to the management some time back that we should start a School of Divinity. If that happens, I think the contribution of people like Kurian Kachapalli will definitely put on the international map of higher education. Definitely, this is my sincere hope. Thank you.
A teacher is one who inspires us, shows us the best way to take in the life, and help us to take ventures in the life. So I would like to say, Professor Kurian Kachapalli is a teacher. He helps us to know the truths of the life. His classes are different. His method of teaching is very dynamic, and we all love his class. And also as a person, he is a man who takes us everywhere we like, but to give us wisdom. He comes to play with us, he comes to our classes to study with us, and for us, he is a good friend. Now, when he is completing 25 years in Dharmaram, I pray for his good health, and also I pray that may lots of the students and scholastics may get the chance to get the wisdom from him and to know the truth much more. Thank you.
Well, Father Kurian Kachapalli is one of the best teachers I ever had in my life. It is a nice experience to be in his class. His words are very thought-provocative. He always philosophizes with life. He always shows the relationship between ourselves, God and others. So the 1 hour we sit in his class will go in a short moment. So it is a nice experience to work with him also. I had an opportunity to work with him in organizing 1 or 2 international conferences. And it's a nice experience to work with him when It's a nice experience to work with him, especially in organizing different international conferences. He is always encouraging us, supporting us, and make us grow. And he is really a good teacher, and especially in relation, in giving meaning to our life.
Seldom do we find such kind of great personalities like Father Kurian Kachapalli. The first day itself, he attracted our attention, the attention of the students. The way he deals with the students, the way he teaches us was really exhilarating. He covered many portions for us, like philosophy of religion, logic. Something which peculiarly needs to be brought to light about Father Kurian Kachapalli, or said about Father Kurian Kachapalli, is the fact that whatever he teaches in a very systematic way. He never creates a boredom in the minds of the students. He understands the pulse of the students, and the way he interacts in the class is really exhilarating. Whatever subjects.
He is one of my favorite professors here in Dharmaram Vidyakshetram. He taught me philosophy of God and also logic. His classes were really marvelous. His classes are appreciated by almost all the brothers here in Dharmaram Vidyakshetram. I also cherish the fond memories that we used to have together, especially on the fields. We used to play table tennis together. And speaking about him, I think he's he is really a man of good heart and a man of great sportsman spirit. And he used to transmit the energy that he had to all here in Dharmaram, especially the brothers. And he is really a motivating factor for all the brothers here in Dharmaram.
When I think about Father Kurian Kachapalli, his classes are very beautiful, without any exception. We can see his classes are with a lot of logic, as well a courage and enthusiasm. That is very much. Father Kurian is an inspiring teacher. He inspires with his thought-provoking words, as well his smiling face. When I think about him, I can say he's a man. When he completes his 25 years of teaching experience, it was really an asset to the Dharmaram Vidya Kshetra. Thank you, dear Father Kurian Kachapalli.